is Christmas Eve. I'm first warning meteorologist Eric Burris. This is Coffee Talk. We get together 7 days a week in the mornings, chat about what's going on in the world of weather. And on a day like today, we are tracking the chill. It is very, very cold outside. Here's a live look at temperatures around. 32 right now in Orlando. It is the first freeze that we have seen in Orlando's metro in years. It's 30 degrees in Leesburg, 29 in Wildwood, 28 degrees in the Villages. Yeah, 26 right now. These are live temperatures in Ocala. And through the morning, we'll have the ticker on the bottom, and then our little inset box will also show the feels like temperatures, the wind chill, if you will, because we want to make sure you are as updated as is possible. Unfortunately, there is no snow outside right now. A look at our Tower Cam network showing a clear, frigid sky. I mean, it's beautiful, but it is just downright cold. It is the coldest morning that we have seen since January of 2018, the first freeze in Orlando. As a matter of fact, I'm curious what my weather station has gotten to. Do any of you have weather stations? It's 30.4 degrees at my house. It was down to 30.2, I believe. Yeah. Oh, no, I got to 30.0. Yeah. Which ties an all-time record cold of 30.0 at my house. Set back on January 30th of 2022. Yeah. So it's 30.4 at my house. How we doing? How we doing at your house, huh? Is it nice? All right. Just to make sure, do I see any snow? I don't. All right, no snow on our first warning live Doppler radar. I'm sorry, friends, to disappoint, to be that guy. All right, so next couple of hours, dangerous wind chills, dangerous chill in general. It is a very cold morning, okay? Lunchtime temperature gets to 43 degrees. 3 p.m. temperature gets to 48 degrees. And that's it. As in, that's it. That is the highest temperature we're going to have today. John says 27.2 was the low here. Now 28.3 at Fruitland Park area of the Villages. Good morning to you. Chris says, makes me feel like I'm back in Delaware. That's where this is my second birthday year here. Outside my house is 41. Joanne says, did not even see frost this morning. Well, there's a lack of frost because of the winds. So let's look at the winds. I only showed you the actual air temperatures, okay? 26 in Ocala, 32 in Orlando. Let's look at the winds for a second. All right, current wind speeds sustained are running 10 to 15 miles an hour, which mean that the feels like temperatures, okay? This is how things feel. And again, we're cycling through it on the left side of your screen there. But Daytona Beach with a wind of 14 miles per hour feels like 18 degrees. It feels like 22 in Orlando. It feels like 14 in Ocala. Feels like 23 in Titusville. Listen, Brevard County, my friends, good morning. You're not used to this, particularly. You're a hardier bunch for the breeze, not for the chill, right? So it's cold. Y'all, it's cold out the door, Laura says. Indeed it is. Indeed it is. 30 in Winter Park, David says. Yep. Elliot says, I'm from New York. I was able to hold out until 4:30 a.m. Got down to 30, now 31. I now have my space heater on. I live by myself. Just be careful, bud. With those space heaters, it always does worry me. So there you go, people. It's very cold outside. No matter which neighborhood you're in, it's very cold outside. Yeah. 37 on my patio in Melbourne. Remember, the concrete from your house does radiate in a little bit of heat. It radiates it out. Yeah. Chris says 29.7 degrees. Deborah says this is not Florida weather. Not very often. We do get here, just not very often do we get temperatures that look like this. So there you go. It is chilly. Now let's take a look at our feels like temps through the day, okay? By 11, 12 o'clock, the feels like temps are still going to be sitting in the 30s. Still. Right? Yeah. Now, where do we go after that, right? Well, let's just follow through time. 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, we'll briefly get to feels like temps in the 30s and 40s. And then notice by like sunset tonight, already feeling again like 25 in Ocala, 25 in Palm Coast, because the breeze is going to be with us. And then overnight, you know, here's a look at the feels like temperatures for tomorrow morning. Is it going to be quite as cold? For some of us, but it's going to be, again, very, very cold, which is why, my friends, and you know, we don't do these very often, but it's why the days are highlighted there in red. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, all highlighted in red, because they're dangerous cold. The feels like temperatures in the mornings particularly, dangerous cold, okay? Now, when does Florida get back to Florida? That's a very, very important question, right? Yeah, by the upcoming week, we'll be back into the 60s and 70s for highs. But at least for now, it's just downright dangerous cold. So, questions, comments, concerns. There's all kinds of statistics that we can add to it, right? And I'll pop up the live temperatures. What you're seeing crawling on the bottom and around the screen, those are hourly temperatures. But this graphic tracks it and gets new data every minute, every 2-3 minutes. So I'll keep that up while we're discussing. But are there any questions? We can get into all the, you know, nerdy stats and all that fun stuff. But yeah, it's cold outside. You know, that much you know. In terms of advisories real fast, through 9 o'clock this morning, hard freeze warnings in effect for Flagler, Putnam, Alachua, Marion, Sumter counties. Freeze warnings in effect for the rest of us. Now, for tomorrow, hard freeze warning in effect for Flagler, Sumter, Marion, Alachua, Putnam, West Volusia, Northern Lake counties. The rest of us under just regular old freeze warning. So there's a bunch of advisories up again for us tonight. So when we look at the whole picture, this morning, lows in the 20s and 30s, highs in the 40s and 50s, a freeze likely, wind chills, right? Yeah. Same thing for tomorrow. Lows in the 20s and 30s, highs in the 40s and 50s, freeze likely, wind chills. By Monday morning, this is what gets so interesting. By Monday morning, the temperatures go up a few ticks. Lows in the 20s, 30s, and 40s, highs in the 50s. But because the winds are calming, you're looking at a frost concern playing in. So this is this multi-day event that's going to impact us. I'll tell you, this is my flannel, but it is like this thing is heavy. This is a thick shirt. What am I going to wear tomorrow? I don't know. I'll get there. But for me, you know, it's all about wearing something that will keep me warm. And by the way, just that we're all on the same page, not that this should be any bit of a surprise, but there are wind chill advisories posted for the entirety of Central Florida this morning. All right. So we know where we're at today. Let's just review Christmas Eve forecast. It's a beautiful but very cold day. 32 in the morning, 41 at lunchtime, 48 degrees this afternoon. It's going to be a chilly day. For tomorrow, we're going to be in the exact same ballpark, just about. Our Christmas Day, we're opening up presents, the magic. Love it. Going to be cold. 30 degrees in the metro, upper 20s perhaps for some of us, mid 20s or something. In the metro, it's going to feel like the 20s. In our northern spots, it will feel like the teens. 42 degrees by lunchtime, 49 by the afternoon. Yeah. James says, fix it, Eric. It's too cold for this Florida boy. I know, buddy. Kelly says it's -3. Feels like -35 in Pennsylvania. Not my cup of tea. Joanne says, turn the heat on this morning. Right now it's 35 in Northwest Palm Bay. Yeah, I mean, that's what's so interesting is when we look at temperatures, like you mentioned Palm Bay, so let's just start with you. Stand by. All right. I'm finding it. Hold on a second, people. There you are. Hi, Brevard. All right, let's just start with current temperatures around Brevard County. We'll run through the counties, okay? 40 on Melbourne Beach. It's 33 in Vieira. It's 32 at the Kennedy Space Center. 31 in Mims. Merritt Island, 34. Oh, so close to freezing. So close to freezing. Vieira, so close. Now, those are live temperatures. That's not to say that we got there earlier. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Vern? All right. Volusia County. Well, let's just go county by county and just check in right now, right? 27 degrees in Pearson. 29 in DeLand. 30 degrees in Deltona. 30 degrees in Osteen. 28 right now in New Smyrna Beach. 29 in Daytona Beach. Flagler County. Let's check in on you. 27 in Favoretta, 28 degrees in Palm Coast, 29 degrees in Marineland. It's 24 in Cody's Corner. Osceola County. (31 in St. Cloud, 34 in Kissimmee, 34 degrees in Celebration. Orange County. Now, I'm starting to transition to a new live updating thing, so Orange and Seminole are done. These are my, and I've not really used these on air yet, but these are my current temperatures around Orange County. 31 in Winter Garden, Rock Springs at 30 degrees, 28 at Magnolia Park. Ignore Ocoee, that weather station must not be reporting. 32 on iDrive, 30 degrees in downtown Orlando, 30 degrees at Orlando Executive, 32 Orlando International, 33 in Lee Vista. Let's head up to Seminole County. Again, I've got the new temperatures on Orange and Seminole counties. Wekiva Golf Club, 28 degrees, 30 degrees in Fern Park, 29 right now in Longwood, 30 degrees Lake Mary Prep, Winter Springs High School at 31, Sanford Airport at 30 degrees, Astor Farms at 30. It is 29 in Heathrow Elementary. Tuscola Country Club at 30 degrees. That's where I got married. All right, now over to our western communities. Lake County, we'll start with you. 29 in Claremont, 29 degrees in Mount Dora. It is 30 degrees in Leesburg, 31 Groveland, 27 in Paisley, 27 in Altoona. Good gravy. That is wild. Sumter County, good morning. 29 Bushnell, 28 degrees for us. Actually, it's 29 in Rutland, 29 degrees in Wildwood. And last but not least, Marion County. If I could spell the word Marion correctly, you would be sure to show up. Yeah, 26 right now in Ocala, 27 degrees Dunellen, 26 degrees in Romeo, 26 in Lynn. So it's cold. It's absolutely frigid cold this morning, just as we had expected it to be. It's every bit what we had expected it to be. That's cold. That's just where we're at. It's cold. On a positive note, it will be 80 next week. Yeah, I mean, almost, right? Like, I'll take that 79 by Friday. That'll relieve a little bit of stress. Just a little bit. We are cold. We don't do it very often. We just don't do it very often. Shelley says 1989, it snowed. I was shocked Walking that day was blizzard. Well, I don't know if blizzard conditions, but yeah. Patrick says, I just let my dog out and my fingers are freezing. I'm tempted to place these icy things on my wife's back. Not advised. Not advised. I took Stella out and everybody in the house was making fun because I wore like a full winter's coat. And Jeannie was like, are you going to New York? And I'm like, New York's here. My oven is on, Jan says. Last batch of cookies in the plan for the morning. Can I show you what I was doing yesterday, y'all? All day yesterday. It's 30.6 in my house, by the way, right now. All day yesterday, I was working on a nice, big ol' honkin' Pomodoro. Some of that's going into a bolognese. I've got bolognese and Pomodoro working today. And you got to do the Pomodoro a day early. You just have to. You just have to. The way that the sauce meets itself in that pot, and then overnight it's hugging up on each other in the refrigerator, and then today when I reheat it, it's going to be like, we're friends. We know we are good together. And that's where it's going to be. Yep. Stacy's asking, do y'all cover your plants here? Asking for a friend. I did. Although with the winds, some of the covers have moved, but yeah. I also used incandescent lights to try and keep them all heated. You know what stinks though is I turned the pool pump on overnight, but I did not set the incandescent lights, the incandescent Christmas lights on my palms to stay on after dusk this morning. So I woke up and the lights were off and I'm like, crap. Oh well. Oh well, oh well. Jan says, I guess I'm going to have to find my jacket today. Oh yeah, you are. This is a jacket day. This is 100% a jacket day. Tomorrow, going to be a jacket day. Let's just make sure everybody's on the same page here. What do you need to wear today? Straight up winter coat, people. Like, let's just not even sugarcoat it. Temperature of 48. I wouldn't even say sweat. Cam Tran did this, and thank you, Cam, for working today. I would say a winter coat today. If I have to go out, I'm going to wear a winter coat. Who reads these things anyway? On YouTube, me, says I'm shivering. So yeah. I'm in rural Geneva. My outside thermometer reads 24. Makes sense. The more rural you are, the less concrete to radiate out heat. You'll get even chillier and chillier. Yeah. Am I going to do the Santa GPS? Not this year. I'll prep for it next year. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. I'll prep for it next year. Just ran out of time. And I'm on my computer again. I went to pick up my computer yesterday. I've been using my MacBook Air, which is fine, but it doesn't have the full capabilities that my MacBook Pro has. So yeah, I've been kind of struggling along the last couple of weeks, frankly, but I'm back. I've got my computer here. We're working, but I just ran out of time. I'm sorry. Yeah. Sorry about that. Taylor says, I love that you cook for your family. Such a good... Thank you very much, Taylor. I appreciate that. Oh my God, I love cooking. And I made extra sauce. Not that I was planning on feeding, 1,000 people. I'm going to feed some people. But I want to freeze the sauce. That way, instead of buying junk jarred sauce on like busy work nights when I'm working late, which happens all the dang time, I can just be like, Jeannie, pull out some bolognese. It's in the freezer. Pull out some Pomodoro. It's in the freezer, Frank, I'm debating on socks or no socks. Bro, socks. If there was ever a day that you wore socks, it's today. I mean, I'm just being real with you. Today. Jason, I was born and raised in Florida, and I don't even wear a jacket until it's 25 degrees or colder but I'll dress the kids warm. Well, A, that's good. B, God bless you. If it's anything below like 60, I'm wearing something. I'm wearing something heavy. Steve's asking, when was the last time Florida was this cold? So this is the first freeze in Orlando since January of 2018. So it's been almost 5 years, and it's just that one metric, but that metric will do. It's the coldest air we have seen since January of 2018. It's kind of wild when you think about that. Set the sauce outside overnight. No. I need it safe. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you. I appreciate it. It is a wonderful little community we have. Thank you. I thought I had warm clothes for the baby. Had to go to Target to try and find some actual winter clothes. Yeah, Laura, I get that. Socks are fine, but not with sandals or flip-flops. No, today's a real shoe kind of day. I will admit, though, when I took Stella out just now, I did have Crocs on. I didn't do socks and Crocs, but I did Crocs. Yeah. Oh, boy. Yukon, not from Melbourne. We were below 32 either January 2021 or 2022. It's possible. You're going to make me look? I'll look. Stand by. Minimum temp. I'll look for Melbourne. Stand by. MLBTHR. All right. Melbourne got below freezing January 30th, 2022 and February 4th, 2021. Yeah. So your streak, almost a year. Orlando's streak, almost 5 years. It's been kind of this elusive joke for us, if I'm honest with you. It's become somewhat of a joke. Like, how has Melbourne frozen much more recently than Orlando? That's just wild to me. Mary says Crocs and no socks. What? I know. Do you buy gifts for Stella? You know what I buy for Stella, Carla? This is going to sound bad. I buy Stella the ability to live for the next year. That's her Christmas present. She gets a treat, of course, a little treat, but yeah. She gets to eat for the next year. She gets me to pick up her poop every day, multiple times a day for the next year. These are her Christmas presents. She gets like one treat, and it's good enough. But she's happy enough if I drop a piece of cereal on the ground. It's Christmas Day for her every morning. You know what I mean? Like, she's okay. Yukon, kind of funny that Melbourne got below since Orlando. I know, it's one of those very funny things. Jan says, no, Stella needs presents. Listen, her present is, they were going to put her down at Miami-Dade Animal Care and Control. I rescued her tush. She's, the present of life and a house of love is plenty. My two kids are obsessed with her, believe me. It's kind of like Valentine's Day. If you love, then every day should be Valentine's Day. I mean, I buy into that. Yeah. Laura says Stella's living her best life. It's Christmas every day. It's true. It's true. It's true. Except when like one of the kids gets frustrated and bops her or something. And I'm like, that dog's going to get mad at you. Better be careful. Bet those kids love her. Give her lots of treats. They do. Tiffany, they do. Yeah. Dog food is like buying filet mignon now. That's a gift. That's what I'm saying. Dude, Cindy, I bought her bag the other day. I'm like, $75? Huh? And it's not like, I mean, it's pet store brand. It's not like name brand, but and I buy the big bag, sure. But like, it used to be $50. Now it's $75 for the same size bag. Taylor, my almost 13-year-old was singing All I Want for Christmas Is You to me. I told her, okay, I'll sit under the tree with a bow and return all her stuff. Smart, Taylor. How did that work out? Right now when Eric's acting like a putz because he's almost 5. Everybody, by the way, can we just level for a minute? Like, everybody said terrible 2s. I love 2. 2 was fine. 3 got a little feisty. 4? This is hell. Like, y'all. Who came up with terrible 2s? They must not have realized what was coming at 4. I hear when you get to like 9, 10, it gets better. I hope it does. And then I hear when it gets to like 13, it's gone. But man. 2? Terrible. I was like waiting and terrible 2s. And I remember thinking at terrible 2s, I'm like, I mean, he's feisty, but like, this isn't bad. Maybe I've got this parenting thing down. And then 3 hits you right in the face. And you're like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, all right, I got 3. I could do 3. And then 4, it's like, this sucks. Like, if I had $1 every time in the last couple of days, we were like, Santa? Yeah? You're not going to bring presents? And then he's like screaming and, no, I want presents. We're like, well, you got to behave. What? You'll give him another chance, but you'll behave? And he's like, I'll behave. And then 2 seconds later, he forgot. And it's just like, y'all, 4 is where it's at. If you're a young parent who doesn't have any children, or if you're a young person here who doesn't have any children, 4, get under the floor. They say terrible 2s, but y'all, that ain't it. That's a lie. Awful 4s, Linda says. Debbie says 9 and 10 is better. 14 through 16, watch out. Linda says, yeah, but those middle school years. And then you teach them to drive a lethal weapon. See, I'm terrified of that. Yeah. 1.5 to 2.5 was rough. Rocky Boulder over on YouTube says, yeah. Christy says it gets better around 30. Millie says, wait for the teens. Janet says 2 is perfect. 3 and 4 are a hard age, mostly because they're big enough to do almost anything, but still young enough not to fully know right from wrong. Yeah, and they're in this negotiation phase, like, all right, let's clean up. No thanks. And it's like, well, at least you said no thanks, but like, that wasn't a question. We have to address that. Yeah. Chris says, from 12 to 13, aliens steal their brain and replace it with something bitter. They return at 20. My God. My God. Elf on the Shelf watches the kids for Santa. Well, yeah, but if we're... See, he's realized if we're out of the house, the elf doesn't see him. So that's when Santa has to make the cell phone call. Wait until Ugly 18. Oh, Julie, you came up with the name. Ay, ay, ay. Oh, boy. Feisty 4. Oh, 4. If terrible 2, feisty 4. Feisty sounds less severe than 2. Right? Ay, ay, ay. Yeah. Yukon says it's the prefrontal cortex undeveloped. That was a Jeopardy clue last night. No, I mean, developmentally, it makes total sense. It makes total sense. It's just not fun. It's just, that's all. It's just not fun. Why am I complaining? Y'all, it's Christmas Eve. I apologize. Anne says, my son asked me, why do you ask me to do things when it's not an option? Well, when you... See, I've not gotten any of those deep questions where I have no way to answer them. But I'm going to, and I'm going to need to prepare myself for that. Okay. 4th grade, we're talking about grades. Son says, I'll work when it counts toward graduation. Now you guys are scaring me. Oh, man. That's scary. Taylor, parenthood is the roughest hood you'll ever live in. Yep. Yukon, not complaining, just talking this morning with your friends. That's true. No, that's true. I just don't want to come off as a complainer. That's true. I love him. I mean, like this morning when he crawled into bed, I'm like, you're a good snuggler, buddy. And he just held me tighter. And I'm like, but I know at some point today he's going to do that. Yeah. Cindy points out, though, yeah, choices and consequences, a hard lesson to learn. Rocky Boulder says, you ain't seen nothing yet. You're probably right. And you guys and gals are going to be here with me on the journey. And I thank you for that very much. Oh, man. The road, rocky road. It isn't just an ice cream. All right, people, listen. Today, tomorrow, Monday, first warning weather days. Dangerously cold temperatures. Just make sure to take care of the peas, people, pipes, plants, and pets, and we'll be good. Those tiny moments when you mildly forget they were being tiny little blanks half an hour prior. That's true, Taylor. That's true. Ferocious fours. Now, Donna, that seems a little more appropriate. Yeah. If you're not a fan of the cold, I get it. We'll be back into the 70s and almost 80 degrees before you know it. Yeah. Just a big old polar vortex throwing down the chill. But a reminder, tonight is going to be just about as chilly as what we saw last night into this morning again. Wind chills factoring in. And just a detailed look at temperatures today. These are highs. Like 25 degrees cooler than average for afternoon highs. All right? So just for what it's worth, just keep it in mind, friends. We'll be good to go. All right? Feels like 22 in Orlando. Good God. All right, that's all I've got for you. Listen, thank you for hanging out for Coffee Talk. Thank you for chatting with me about the parenting world. It's not for the weak, that is for sure. All right? All right, be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I will not do a 3:30 today. We're in holiday mode, and it's the weekend. And as far as tomorrow goes, I have to figure out, I want to be present for the kids. So maybe what I'll do is I'll post like an image, and at some point tomorrow, I'll pop on and do a quick update. Yeah. Do a quick update. But I want to be present. It's my first Christmas off, and I've been with my company for 17 years, and it's my first Christmas off with the family. So I'm going to take tomorrow. Maybe if I can find time, I'll pop on. Otherwise, it may be like the one day that we just take it off. Yeah, we'll figure it out. Don't worry. We'll figure it out. All right? All right, listen. Be the sunshine in someone else's day. Thank you so very much for hanging out for Coffee Talk. I am grateful for all of you. And I will see you guys and gals the next time we get together, one way or another. All right? Bye, y'all. Take care.